Now, as we begin this deep, penetrative journey into the subconscious mind and far beyond, into the blissful, expansive state of unbridled awareness, I would like you to go ahead and draw your attention to an object in your eye line. And I'd like you to consider which of the sense faculties are involved moment by moment by moment in constructing what appears to be an object that you are perceiving. And then consider that this you is simply an apprehended self-consciousness. And consider which of the subconscious imprints are rising up into the field of awareness and giving meaning to the visual, the auditory, the olfactory, the tactile, the gustatory elements of this object. And as you see that this object is simply rising from the subconscious mind, and awareness becomes acutely aware of how the self is bringing together pieces of a puzzle that have absolutely no connection. And the more you rest awareness on this object and you drop the label and you bring awareness in towards the self and you drop the label and rest in awareness, you find that this hard shell of ignorance and confusion is beginning to crack, just as an egg would crack if you dropped it to the floor. You see awareness cracking through delusion. And awareness arises awakened, pure, radiant, knowing, luminous. And as it does, the mind is carried by awareness into a dream. And in this dream, you are able to access and transform subconscious attachments, blockages, confusions that arise in intimate relationships that have in the past caused you to suffer. But awareness manifests now in a divine being that invites you into a field, into the field of awareness. And you see a beautiful meadow in front of you. And you see a lake at the end of the meadow. And in this lake, there are blossoming lilies covering the water. And as you see this pristine scene, you see that there's a little girl standing at the edge of the lake, picking flowers, and she is running around, laughing, innocent, lost in moment by moment interactions with the natural world. And this little girl is so taken with the beauty of nature. She loves to explore it, understand it. She likes to understand the deeper aspects of reality and spirituality and love. And as you see this, you see that there is a mother-like figure that walks toward the little girl and begins to reprimand her, to tell her that what she is doing is wrong, that her ideas, her thoughts, her feelings, her desires, her hopes, her dreams are selfish, are to be kept quiet, shut down in the inner world, that she is here to be of service to others, to fulfill their needs, their wants, their desires, and that this is the nature of relationships, that relationships are very transactional, and that she is to be the one giving the most in this transaction, to be loved, to be safe, to be worthy, and that she should not use her voice to express herself, to express her emotions, her desires, and that if she does, she will be rejected, she will be hurt, she will be unwanted, she will be an orphan. And that if she does use her voice, it is only going to harm her, hurt her, leave her alone. And this little girl's eyes fill with tears, and she drops all the flowers and she clings onto this mother's leg. And she says, "Please don't leave me, Mommy. I promise to be a good little girl." And so we can see that this child is becoming very forlorn, very dependent on this mother figure, very needy, and that she is shaping her attitude, her emotions, her thoughts, her ideas in relationship to assuring that this mother figure will approve of her, will love her, will accept her, will care for her. And she is beginning to suppress her voice, her dreams, her goals, her unique path and purpose, her spiritual understanding and path, so she will not be shamed by this mother figure. She will not be hurt, harmed, and left alone. And we see this little girl turning into a young woman. And she has maintained this wide-eyed innocence, but this innocence has become wounded and contracted. And this little girl has become a young woman who now seeks the validation of men who have nothing to give her in return, who put her last, who put her emotions, her needs last, who do not want to hear her voice, do not want to share her experience, do not want to be with her, spend time with her, connect with her on any deep emotional, relational, or sexual level, where she is constantly feeling in a state of anxiety, unknowing of whether they will leave her, whether they want her. And we can see this young girl continues to grow in age, and even as an older, more mature woman, she continues to interact with men who only enter into a relationship to see what they can get out of her, extract from her, receive from her. And these relationships begin to truly wound the once divine essence, vulnerability, openness, expressiveness, love, virtue, open-heartedness of this innocent energy. And so as we see the development of the suffering, of this part of us, our heart swells with compassion and understanding, and we walk with this divine being to the little girl, and we touch her shoulder, and we get down to her level, and we just embrace her, and we let her know that her voice, her ideas, her emotions matter. Her spiritual path matters. Her happiness matters. Her hopes and dreams are valuable and nurtured. And that we will be present for this little girl. And we will begin through awareness to listen to her, to understand her, to care for her, to support her, to guide her into the divine expression of her innocence, the innocence of recognizing the purity, the beauty of each present moment. And we then walk to this wounded mother figure, and we touch her shoulder, and we can see that she is so angry, resentful, hurt, wounded, and that she believed and understood that the only power she could have is by shaming and controlling this innocent child. And we show her and help her to understand by having her gaze into the water and look at her divine expression of her being. When she lets go of the fear, the demands, the expectations that she's had for this innocent child, and allow this child to fully and truly embody their heart, their love, their compassion, their path and purpose in this life. That both she and the child begin to blossom, and that this mother is in her divine essence, the mother of all creation, of every aspect of reality, opening and blossoming into these beautiful expressions, and that she can enjoy the many expressions that are all her divine children, that she can relax into the beautiful play of reality, and that she can allow her supreme love to awaken in her heart and touch the child, and touch the young woman, and touch the woman that's continued to grow and show each of them that none of them are in any way changing in their essence, that these shifting displays are all just the divine display of reality, and that at their essence they are perfect, they are complete, and that this recognition is bringing them into the most profound display of their being. And so as this mother rises up into her supreme nature, we can see that she becomes one with this divine being that has joined us on this journey. And we can see that the child is also one with this divine being, as is the young woman and the older woman. And they all step into the divine recognition of their true and perfect nature. And as they do, they break the pain of the past, the delusion, the confusion. And we can see in the sky a beautiful heart forms. And this radiant heart is filled with iridescent white light. And it shines down on each of them, bringing them into the divine nature of their being. And as we see this, we see someone walking through the field, and this person looks like somebody we've known for a long time, yet we cannot truly place who they are. And as they get closer, we see that this is a very beautiful man, almost radiating with this light of love, kindness, generosity. And he walks toward us. And he takes both our hands and he says, I have been waiting for you. I have been waiting for you to realize just how beautiful, how perfect you are, how loved, how complete you are. And now I'm here to love you deeply, fully, completely. Thank you for allowing me into your life. Thank you for opening your heart to me. And as we see this, we have this recognition that this partner is inseparable from our mind, and that as we have released the fears, the confusions, the beliefs, the stories of the past, we have readied and allowed our heart and mind to open up to this conscious, loving partner who is present for us, who is communicative, who is kind, who is loving, who is open, who is emotionally mature, who is deeply aware and loves us in a profound, unconditional, divine way. And as we see this, we realize that our heart and mind is being revealed to the emergence of this possibility. And this possibility is moving from the formless into the realm of form. And as we allow each and every image now to dissolve into the subconscious mind, and as it does, we allow these symbols, images, and messages to move deeply in and awaken the subconscious mind to the qualities of awareness. And now we allow even the subconscious mind to dissolve like a snowflake on a hot rock. All images, ideas, ideations just simply dissolve. And the mind becomes clear, luminescent, calm, and peaceful. And we allow this radiant state of awareness to remain throughout the night, lucidly resting in awareness.